Hello, gang. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever in the world you are. I hope you're having an excellent day so far. Hello, welcome in for Twister. Yes, there is a CETITAN deck that is being cooked up here, for certain. First and foremost, I must implore you, if it's about as warm or like comparable warmth right now in your country where you reside to where I am right now, please hydrate properly. So I'm trying to center my playmat. I have no idea how to properly do it. Please hydrate properly. I will hydrate extra right now because it is so warm here and I feel like I'm sweating probably about 150% of what I'm actually drinking, which is not a good sign, but oh well. Anyway, I cooked up a CETITAN list. I don't think it's a good CETITAN list, so bear with me. Please bear with me. Because I think this list has potential. Funny potential, specifically. Not necessarily good potential. Also, how do you guys like this deck box? I love these alcove deck boxes, especially because you can like insert custom buttons on this. But I love these alcove boxes, they're so cool. Rocking the testing EV sleeves as usual. I mean, sometimes there are ETB sleeves here, but this time there are the EV sleeves, one of the usual ones. How'd you know I live in Southwest America? Hey, listen, it's summertime for about half the world right now, so it was a pretty good guess that it's probably going to be a little bit hot where you live. I would not have known if it was specifically Southwest America or not, but I live in Western Europe, and it is also crazy hot here, at least for our sake. Certified Titan fight box TVH. Yeah, the grass type box for ice type boys CETITAN. Anyway, I'll go ahead and explain the list right now. Hold on, let me actually push my computer a little closer so I can actually read chat without having to break my back. Let me see. The light might flicker a little bit, but I think I got it. Oh, whoopsie! My ear touched the boom arm. That's okay. All right. So, as you can see, there's no CETITAN here, at least not on the top. I sorted the deck specifically in a way that it would I could first explain the combo by revealing the cards one by one, and then explain the supplemental stuff. So the whole idea is we run specifically 2 even Sudowoodo to stall our opponent out. Remember the time when water was weak to grass? Yeah, I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Anyway, even Sudowoodo is a basic Pokemon, fighting type, 110 HP, and it has the attack Impound. For 1 fighting energy, it does 20 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. The other attack does not matter. Its Predator Imitate is basically genome hacking from Mew, but on a coin flip. But it's 1 less energy, but we're not going to use this attack. The main reason why this new retreat locker is so interesting is because it's a 1 attachment, 1 retreat lock on a basic Pokemon that is not a rule box Pokemon. We haven't had that in standard for a little bit. Unfortunately, it still does damage. I mean, there's other things that retreat lock. There's like that Tarantula from Paldea Evolved, but that's like a 50 HP Pokemon. This is 110. This can take a hit. This can take a hit. So we have an even Sudowoodo here to stall us as many turns as possible. We of course combine that with 3 Counter Catcher, which allows us to switch up one of our opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spots, but only if we're behind on prizes. But honestly, this deck is not planning on taking any prizes whatsoever, so this is probably going to be active for like 90% of the game. Allows us to choose what to retreat lock, which is really, really nice. And the reason why CETITAN is relevant here is, I'll show you guys in a little bit. Let's first explain what CETITAN does. CETITAN is a stage 1 water type Pokemon. It's a 2 prizer and it has 300 HP. Then its ability Snow Camouflage reads that if this Pokemon is on the bench, or no, it's not even on the bench. If this Pokemon is in play, effects of items and supporter cards from your opponents have no effect on this. So this cannot be gusted up from the bench. This cannot be targeted by Rocket's Venture Bomb, for example. There's probably other. It's can't be targeted by Crushing Hammer or Enhanced Hammer. And all of these are really, 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 really relevant. The attack on CETITAN EX is not really relevant for this deck specifically, but it's a cool one. It's 4 energy, 3 water, 1 colorless for 140, plus an extra 140 if you discard the stadium in play. So we run 2 CETITAN EX. As you can see, I got 1 full art and 1 regular one. In combination with 3 Cetoddles, I unfortunately only have 2 of the preferred Cetoddle, the one from Paldea Evolved with 100 HP, 3 retreat cost. So I supplemented with 1 90 HP Cetoddle from Paldea Evolved. Ideally you run 3 of these, but I run a 2-1 split right now because I lack facilities in this, unfortunately. Let me just put everything down like that. Because what the plan is of this deck is to stall with Sudowoodo for as long as possible whilst we are trying to attach to the CETITAN every single turn. And I'll explain why that's relevant later. So we got 9 fighting energy here, once again to charge up even Sudowoodo, but also to charge up something else. Let's see if I can properly display this. I'm trying to do a deck profile, satisfying deck profile card thing. Something like that, I don't know. But also for reversal energy, which is honestly, once again, not going to be active on CETITAN EX, but it is going to be on another Pokemon. But we're still going to attach all of these to CETITAN EX, so we run 4 of these. For anyone who doesn't know what reversal energy does, it gives an evolution Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box 3 energy at a time. Any type of energy, but only if we're behind on prize cards. So, what are we going to use all those reversal energies for? And those fighting energies? Well, the plan is we're going to scramble switch all these energies to a different Pokemon. Scramble switches are a spec of choice. And it says switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And if you do, you may move any amount of energy from the Pokemon you move to your bench to the new active Pokemon. So who the heck are we going to scramble switch all this energy to? Wow, the light is really intense, by the way. I just noticed in the corner. Let me see if I can decrease that a little bit. Maybe it's just a scramble switch that's really reflecting. No, it's also the reversal. Okay, never mind. At least it's visible right now. Okay, so we run 2 Barboach. We're gonna scramble switch all this energy to a Barboach, which is honestly, we're not actually gonna do it to the Barboach, but we're gonna do it to its evolution, Whiscash. And this is the end of the combo. Whiscash is a stage 1, 140 HP fighting type Pokemon with the attack Raging and Rocking for 1 fighting energy. Or actually, for each fighting energy attached to this Pokemon, you discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So if you scramble switch like 4 reversals and like 7 fighting energies to this Pokemon, you can mill for 23 cards at the end of the game, which is almost, it's probably a guarantee to win the game if the game is going on for that long, if I'm gonna be honest. So how do we like this combo? This is wild. Insta-mill, go hard. It's not insta-mill, bro. It's not insta-mill. We need like 12 turns to do the full setup if we want to do attachments for turns. I'm not running Crispin or anything because it only works for fighting energy. And there's no fighting acceleration in the game at the moment, right? I don't think there's any fighting acceleration whatsoever. The only thing we could use is Crispin, but like Crispin does not function because we only have fighting energies. And we also have a Salvatore in case we want to do the combo completely out of nowhere, because Salvatore basically allows us to evolve Barboach into Whiscash in one turn, in the same turn as playing down the Barboach, in case we really, really, really want to protect everything. So we run 1 Salvatore for that. So technically, the reason why I picked specifically CETITAN EX to stick all these energies to is because this can't be like gusted up and revenge KO'd. It's kind of difficult in the Dragapult matchup But like once again, in the Dragon Ball matchup, you just need to like try and boss up things that likely won't do a Dragon Ball attack next turn. Outside of Koraidon EX and a new Cornerstone. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, the thing is, the new Cornerstone only accelerates to itself, right? I think it does. And then the Koraidon does accelerate, but also ends your turn. And ending your turn is not really something that we want to do if we want to retreat lock things with Sudowoodo. I guess we could go maybe a little bit more of a Spite Ops route with Gravity Gemstone and stuff to increase retreat cost, but and then that's not ideal. Anyway, as you can see, this combo kind of hinges on Scramble Switch not being priced, so we really hope we don't play against decks that play Eri. And we also run one redeemable ticket in case our Scramble Switch is priced and we need to get it out of the prize cards. So there you go. It's also nice to get Salvatore from prizes with redeemable ticket if necessary. Alright, let's explain the rest of the deck, the backbone, because this is kind of like the combo. For draw support, I run 4 Iono. Iono allows you to forces both players to shuffle their hands, put it on the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards equal to their prize cards. Iono specifically is very, very good for this deck because we're not planning on taking prize cards, so we always get a fresh 6 cards from our Ionos, while our opponent is going to get less and less throughout the game. Right, and for more draw support, we run 3 Judge, even more hand disruption. This is the same as Iono, but it shuffles hand into deck and draw 4 for both players. This one is in general better in the early game to disrupt your opponent than Iono is. But yeah, this kind of plays like a control deck. But honestly, I have no idea if this actually works, this deck, yes or no. So we're gonna like test it to see how consistent it is, but absolutely sad state top fighting types are in. Hey, you know, Cynthia's Garchomp is not doing that bad. Cynthia's Garchomp is not doing that bad. Even Sudowoodo is a really good card as well. That's about the state of fighting types, but that is true though. And I guess Okidogi is not terrible, I guess. But you are right. Fighting types are definitely not really eating right now. Alright, guys, more of the draw engine. We run 4/4 the Dunsparce. I only have one Paldea evolved Dunsparce, so I filled it in with 3 temporal forces Dunsparce. But ideally, you run 1 in 4 of these. Dunsparce only here so it can be evolved into the Dunsparce. I own 0 of them, so these are all proxies. Sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to say sorry for making proxies. I'm trying to make content here, okay? I don't want to blow my wallet on things that I might not want. Anyway, Dunsparce has the runaway draw ability, which allows you to draw 3 cards and then shuffle this entire Pokemon back into your deck. The reason why the Dunsparce specifically is so nice because since our opponent's not going to be able to boss up CETITAN, they might want to stall out. They want to find outs to being retreat locked, which is likely going to be bossing up something else. So if they boss up a Dunsparce or the Dunsparce, we can easily get it out of the active spot by just using runaway draw. And then we also draw cards on top of getting out of the active spot, which is really, really nice. That's kind of like the philosophy behind including the Dunsparce as a draw engine here. To go with that, we of course run 3 Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Oh, whoopsie. My nose is so big, it constantly bops this stupid setup. Buddy-Buddy Poffin, I don't think this card is that foreign for people. Grabs 2 basic Pokemon of 70 HP or less and then puts them on your bench. Base Noah strikes again, yeah. Hey, listen, if we're going for like actual tournaments with like prize money on the line, yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and get all the cards. If it's just for fun, just for like your local leagues without any stakes, or just for these videos, I'm gonna do proxies if I don't have the cards. I do not care. That's my take on it. We also run 2 Nest Ball for more ball search. Nest Ball are specifically to get Sudowoodo and Cetoddle, because those are not 70 HP basics. And for more ball search, quote unquote, we have 2 Artazon to help us find more basic Pokemon. Since we don't have any basic Pokemon with rule box in this deck, Artazon is kind of like a no-brainer for this deck, specifically also because we want Dunsparces to keep getting onto our bench for more draw. Artazon is a very natural inclusion in my opinion. And then to close out the ball search, we have 4 Ultra Balls to help us find our Cetitans specifically, and the Dunsparces. And to round out the deck, these are 56 out of the 60 cards. To round out the deck, I specifically dedicated the rest of the deck to recovery. So the rest of the 4 cards are 2 Night Stretchers to help us recover either basic energy or to help us recover basic fighting energy or Pokemon. For example, if we want to retreat even Sudowoodo out to the Cetitan to prepare for the Scramble Switch turn, we have to discard 1 fighting from the Sudowoodo. But if we do that, we can immediately get it back with Night Stretcher, for example, and greedily attach that to Cetitan for 1 more mill. We also run 1 Pal Pad in case, just in case we have to discard Salvatore early on in the game, or we want more Judges or Ionos. And then also 1 Super Rod to recover Pokemon, or energies, depending on what. But this is basically the whole deck list. These are the 60. You can probably optimize this list, let's not lie. Maybe Pheasantipede EX is an interesting inclusion, but I specifically went for the single price route, on top of course, Cetitan EX. To kind of slow down the pace of the game, if possible. So, let's shuffle these up and see how consistently we can get set up going with this. Let's shuffle everything up. Hope you guys enjoy the deck list, by the way. If you want to copy the deck list, it's in the YouTube description. And if you're not watching on YouTube, just shout really loudly and I'll probably copy paste it in the Twitch chat or make a command for it. You love it personally? Slay. I knew at least one person would love it, and that person was me. But I am noticing that the camera shakes when I shuffle, though. Something I am noticing. So I'll try to not have my arms on the desk when I shuffle and have them on a chair instead. That works. Yeah, okay, that works. All right, let's think of a goldfishing matchup to go against. I think testing against Dragapult is maybe a little rough. Let's not start with that. I usually start with a Dragapult test, but that might be a little bit rough. Let's say our opponent is playing Evens, Evens Typhlosion. I think that's like an alright matchup we can test for. It's a little hard to retreat lock specifically the Evens lists, but it's okay. We can probably make it work. Because that's the thing, we don't really have a card like Mimikyu in here. That might be an interesting inclusion, including cards like Mimikyu or Klefki or maybe Iron Thorn ZX to stall in other ways specifically. Although Iron Thorn ZX does turn off, Iron Thorn ZX does shut off our own Cetitan EX abilities, so maybe not that one. But I think Mimikyu and Klefki are also interesting inclusions that you could go for if you cut other cards. You could probably go like 3-3 Dunsparce to Dunsparce instead of 4-4 and then include 1 of each. Or maybe include 2 of one and 1 of the other, I don't know. Like I said, this list is this is a first draft, so let's see. I always call Tails, so let's call Tails. And it is Tails. So I think I want to choose to go. I think I want to choose to go first against Evens Typhlosion, probably. If I had to guess. They can maybe go for a Team Evo play, but I don't think I care. Playing this deck. Let's see what is in our opening hand. We start a Dunsparce. Okay. It's actually pretty nice that this Dunsparce is free retreats, but I'm gonna act like it doesn't. Or should I? I actually don't. I mean, I did say I wanted to test for Paldea Evolved Dunsparce, so maybe I will go for that. Let's take another sip of water because I'm actually actively melting over here. Because the only way I can get this light properly set up is if I close my window and close my window blinds, but it's like 6 PM right now, so it's still so giga warm. Right, that was a good sip of water. Alright, so let's flip it over and go first. What is the opening hand we're looking at right now? Yeah, we can definitely go for an Artazon to get Cetoddle. Is that ideal though? I don't think that's maybe what we want to do because we don't have a Sudowoodo. We're definitely going to play the Artazon, that's for sure. What should we get from the Artazon? Let's actually... hold on, I meant to do it on here. Alright, so we either grab Cetoddle or even Sudowoodo here. Let's price check a little bit. Redeemable Ticket is not priced. Scramble Switch is not priced, and I saw Salvatore in my hand, so I'm happy about that. But I think there's two Dudunsparce priced. There's one. There's two, three. Okay, there's three. Oh, there's four. Never mind. I just can't count. Sun doesn't go down until almost 9 PM these days. Yeah, I know, right? I guess since I did a deck search, I'll just flip over prices because I hate price checking. Let's see what the prices actually are. Okay, that's actually kind of annoying, pricing to Fighting Energy. I might actually Redeemable Ticket these prices anyway at some point in the game, especially having only one even Sudowoodo feels really awful. Also, only one. Having only two Cetoddles is kind of annoying. I think I'll go for the even Sudowoodo here for now. And I'll attach Fighting Energy to it. And then I'll shuffle up and pass, hypothetically. But yeah, no, it's summer. I hate summertime. It's way too warm here for me. Please just give me like either spring or autumn. I hate summer. Winter is like fine, I guess, but I like spring and autumn a little bit more, where the temperatures are a little bit more mild, so to say. All right, give it a good shuffle. So let's say we're playing against an Even Typhlosion deck. Ideally, they have like a TM Evo setup in play. So they Evo with their active Cyndaquil and a Fire Energy, two of their bench Cyndaquil into Cool Lava, and then they pass it over to me. So I will draw. I'll definitely use Artazon first and foremost. And I'll get a Cetoddle this time. Let's see if I can get a 100 one. Yeah, there we go. Definitely grabbing a Cetoddle here. I wish I had Judge in my hands, but unfortunately I don't. But at least Iono allows us to see more cards this turn. Yeah, same. Oh, you also prefer Spring and Autumn. Yeah, I don't hear a lot of people. At least here say that. A lot of people here, or like at least in my household, like summer. Like, oh, I'm melting. All right. So let's attach a Fighting Energy to the Cetoddle. I don't want to get reversals in play just yet in case this already gets bossed. And I can't Salvatore the Cetoddle, of course. Because the Cetitan EX doesn't have an ability. Specifically only works with the Barboach. So I will play the Iono. Sudowoodo might be the best new stall tech. Oh yeah, it 100% is. I mean, Black Bolt, White Flare are going to have some insane stall techs as well. But that set is not out yet. For Destined Rivals, it's definitely... Even Sudowoodo is a really nice stall tech. It basically does what Nacli does, but better. Because Nacli is a 70 HP Pokemon. Like, sure, that gets... That can get got from Buddy-Buddy Poffin, but its retreat cost is 2. Okay, we found an absolutely awful hand. I guess I can Ultra Ball something here. I can permit to discard a Whiscash and an Iono, I think, here. Let's do that. And let's grab at the Dunsparce, I think. That's not a bad call. This deck, I do realize that this deck is going to shuffle a lot. Like, a lot. This deck is kind of like the shuffle thing. Because I have to search every time and then runaway draw, which is more shuffling, but we'll see how it goes. Can I do anything else with the rest of his hand? No. So let's use runaway draw to draw 1, 2, 3 cards. And shuffle this back. Pushing even Sudowoodo. Even Speechu and Sudowoodo consistently messing up Badu and stuff. Yeah. You're running even Speechu in your Nidoking EX deck for Badu countering. Oh, very valid. But you know, I actually think that even Speechu is not the best form of Badu countering. You know which tech I really like for Badu countering? Well, like Monkey Dory, of course, is very nice for Badu countering, but I really like Elekid. Elekid from Paradox Rift, because it can just do 30 to anything. So it can even damage Badu on the bench, which is really funny. Like, yeah, it doesn't draw a card, sure. But do you need it to draw cards? Maybe not. The rest of the cards in our hand aren't really playable. I could Night Stretcher the Whiscash, but like, come on, man, we're not gonna do that. So let's go for like Retreat Lock on active Cyndaquil, I guess. Pass it over. They probably don't have candy if I just Iono'd them. So they probably damage me for 40 from Combustion from Quilava. And pass it over to me after that. They probably have like 2 Quilavas on the bench as well, at the very least. So they have some Events Adventures in their hand, maybe already discarded. Elekid's very good, yeah. Also, Cacnea is interesting, because Cacnea has an ability from SVI, has an ability that if it gets damaged by an attack in the active spot, it deals 30 damage back. And it's a 70 HP Pokemon, so you can Poffin for it. Okay, we draw another Dunsparce, which is actually kind of useless with his hands. Let's attach a Reversal Energy here. I'm kind of banking on this finding on finding CETITAN EX this turn specifically. Let's Iono, or let's Artazon first for a Dunsparce. Let's Artazon for a Dunsparce first before we rip the Iono. I love this song so much. Annoying thing is that I haven't seen a single Poffin or Nest Ball yet. I maybe should increase the count of those with this list. You didn't know about that Cacnea, you thought it was like Maractus. The more we know. Oh yeah, I know about all the Badu attacks, don't you worry. They haven't taken a KO, so I can't counter catcher. Do I want to put this Barboach in play? Probably not. So it's probably a good angle to just Iono here. Like I said, I'm kind of banking since I run 4 Ultra Ball. I've used 1 to find CETITAN EX here. There we go. There's Redeemable Ticket. There is a Dunsparce, but I put this Dunsparce in play this turn, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I actually don't have it. That's crazy. I don't have it. Okay, let's Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Get 2 more Dunsparce. Dunsparce. And oh, it was the top card. That's so funny. 2 Dunsparce. Since that's my only even Sudowoodo, I might retreat that. Although no, that's probably men's Badu proof. Well, I'm not actually putting all of those Badu decks in one Badu deck. As you can see, I'm only running 1 here, which is even Sudowoodo. Also, even Sudowoodo is weak to Badu, which is very funny. Let's see. And it's kind of doo-doo. How am I consistently drawing so bad in these? That's interesting. Redeemable Ticket is an option. I might actually rip the Redeemable Ticket here already, not gonna lie. I think I'm down for that. Although I don't, let's wait until we have the Scramble Switch in hand, actually. So maybe we'll wait until next turn. For now, let's just Retreat Lock the active Quilava for 20. They're likely going to evolve into Typhlosion and murder this even Sudowoodo. So I'll this in discards. And I'll, hold on, let's actually keep track of their prizes by putting a die on top of my own. So they're on 5 prizes. Let's push a Dunsparce and draw another Fighting Energy. Let's attach that to Cetoddle. Evolve into Dunsparce. I might actually want to evolve this one into the Dunsparce for now. Do I rip the Redeemable? I'm really tempted to, but let's not. Let's Artazon first and foremost. We can't grab we can't grab a Dunsparce. So do we even want to grab anything from this? Because we could go grab another Cetoddle, but I don't think that actually does anything for us. I mean, it thins our deck, but I don't think I want to do that for now. It is funny though. Scramble getting prized off of Redeemable would make a grown man cry. Oh yeah. It would make me cry for sure if that happened to me in a real match. Alright, so let's use that the Dunsparce. Boop. 2, 3. Okay, I found a supporter. That's something. I found a supporter. I'm actually not going to shuffle that in just yet, because I did attach return already, because I want to play that Judge. Let's play the Judge. Feels bad to judge away 6-card hands, but all of these cards are so useless. They really are. But I slowly see the deck starting to function now that we've got some basics in play. Okay, let's draw 4. Boop. What are the 4 cards we drew? We found another Dunsparce, which is really nice. Maybe I should have super rotted back the Sudowoodo and the Fighting Energy. I had the Sudowoodo or the super rot in hand in my previous hands, but decided not to do it. I got the Redeemable Ticket back, by the way. So I'm being tempted by fate here once more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got a counter catcher, which is really nice. No, not this card. The deck. But still, no CETITAN EX, by the way. There's none, which is really funny. This is really unlucky, I feel like. Pushing Dunsparce. Nest Ball. For Dunsparce, probably. Yeah, they're still both in the deck. Yeah, let's Nest Ball for a Dunsparce. Where's the third Dunsparce? Oh, it is there, okay. Is there anything else I want to deck search for? And probably since I don't have a Sudowoodo play this turn, I think I'll just hold off on using my counter catcher. Try to like retreat lock a Shaman with it for 4 turns. Yeah, let's hold off on Redeemable Ticket. Let's just pass over. And let the active Dunsparce get KO'd. Push this one, draw for turn. And we're kind of hitting a brick wall here, if I'm gonna be honest. Let's just put all the energies like this on this baby Cetoddle. Let's Artazon. It really sucks that the second Sudowoodo is priced in this one. It's like trying to get you to punch your ticket. It's like how the slot machines call to the gambling man. Yeah, I know, right? What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I Artazon for another Dunsparce. Yeah, because if I didn't prize my other Sudowoodo, I probably would have already gotten in and play like 5 turns ago, and being able to still do a retreat lock thing. But that's also on me for not playing that super rod earlier. This is down to 4, by the way. I should actually keep track of that. Pricing 4 basics off of your Redeemable is really bad. I'm tempted to rip it though. Not gonna lie, I'm really tempted to rip it. Or maybe we just bench a Barboach at this point. Try to use hide. No, probably not. Let's pass once again. Let another active Dunsparce get KO'd. There's 2 Dunsparce in my discard pile, right? And then 1 Sudowoodo. Let's draw for turn. There's a Titan EX. Holy moly. I'm not gonna attach for turn yet. I think what I'm gonna do is use Redeemable Ticket here. I kind of have to, because I have to go for a Redeemable Ticket. And then Artazon for Sudowoodo and attack with Sudowoodo. So let's use Redeemable Tickets. I kind of have to do it at this point if I don't want to lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And let's use the Artazon. See, let's flip over our prizes. There's a Cetitan prized and 2 Dudunsparce prized. But that's okay. That's okay. The Cetitan prize doesn't matter. And Dunsparce, 2 the Dunsparce prize is like not ideal, but I can work with it. Yeah, let's Artazon for that Sudowoodo that we just got. At least Scramble Switch is not prized. That's like the main thing here. That's the important parts. I hadn't attached return yet, so let's attach return, retreat. Dunsparce. I guess that's the nice thing about this Dunsparce is that it has no retreat cost. Attach there, and then countercatcher Shaman, and attack Shaman. Let's put this 20 here to track the Shaman damage. They probably pass it to me because they don't have anything. Pal Pad is really nice. Pal Pad can get me back to Ionos. The pseudo non-proxy Iono. Could be much worse, TBH, not bad pricing. Yeah, fair. Exactly. Let's also use Artazon to get another Dunsparce. I was about to say there is another Dunsparce, right? I still have 2 left. Go. I'll take another sip of water, by the way, after shuffling the lists. I'm surprised these sleeves are still surviving, by the way. These sleeves are hella sturdy. Alright. Nice, good shit. I have a 2-card hand, right? Yeah, Barboach fighting. I haven't attached return yet, so let's do that. There's too much energy on this Cetitan, by the way. I'll just do this, I think. Like that. And then we have this in our hand, so let's just impound again. Going to 40. Once again, draw. There's a Nest Ball here. I guess I'll use the Nest Ball because I really don't want this back in my deck. If I Iono. At this point I could Nest Ball for Barboach. The Fin. Although Poffin still also grabs Barboach, so is there Poffin left here? There's 2 Poffin left here, so I think I actually Nest Ball for Cetoddle. Like, it doesn't matter if they boss KO that. The iron sleeves strike again. Dude, if there were actual sleeves made from iron, you would not be able to shuffle them. The resistance goes so hard. But these low-key do feel like they're titanium sleeves with how sturdy they are. Okay, I did shuffle, but I kind of want to Artazon as well. Still get that Barboach, I think. I am bench locking myself doing this, but I have 2 Dunsparce in play that can become the Dunsparce, so I think I'm fine. Or maybe I do Cetoddle. Well, let's do Barboach. Makes it easier to not force need to have Salvatore on the combo turn. Alright. Let's once again impound and draw. This is a dead hand. Unfortunately, I would love to counter catch or something here, but so let's just impound, get a prize, I guess. We do get a prize for KOing that Shaman. So let's just shuffle these so that I'll actually get like a random prize. And I don't have the town map knowledge. I get the fucking worst prize imaginable. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. This is like the worst prize. I would have loved to get the Dunsparce there, or an Ultra Ball or a Night Stretcher there. But no. Okay. They definitely KO my Sudowoodo, leaving me with 0. It's kind of risky pushing... it's kind of risky pushing a Dunsparce here, I think. I mean, I still have all my Night Stretchers. I still have one Night Stretcher, one Super Rod in deck, so I think it's fine. Let's promote and draw. Okay, we have Ultra Ball. We can Ultra Ball away the Barboach and the Cetitan. Let's Ultra Ball away the Cetitan and the Artazon to get a Dudunsparce. And let's also... Do I want to Artazon right now? Probably not. The only legal target is Cetoddle, but I really want to Artazon for Sudowoodo after Super Rod if I find it. Hold on, let me shuffle my deck real quick. Clang, screech, ding ding ding. Yeah, that's about what I would expect Iron Sleeves to sound like. Yeah, let me just check real quick if my phone is still charging whilst recording. It is, perfect. Sorry for the light tremors that you're experiencing. I promise it's not an earthquake. Okay. Let's evolve into the Dunsparce and use Runaway Draw. 1, 2, 3. Hey, there's a counter catcher. That's not really what I was looking for, man. Push Dunsparce. I'm not gonna shuffle yet. I want to PAF in for that Dunsparce back. And I don't think there's another legal target in here. How am I not finding my Super Rods, man? And let's Artazon for Cetoddle. I think so. I think I have to. Just move. No worries, that's what it's like rocking and raging. Yeah, exactly. We do be raging and rocking. I'm really feeling the two Dudunsparce price though, right now. I'm not drawing any of my supporters either, which is frustrating. I guess I can attach this return still. Do I counter catcher here? Something here? Probably not. Let's just retreat to the Barboach and pass. They go down to 1 prize and KO Barboach. Likely we push Dunsparce and draw. This really sucks. I don't have a way for win right now because I don't have anything. Because there's an Iono and a Judge and an Iono and a Judge and an Iono. There's like 5 supporters in my deck still. That's really unfortunate. Could have still counter catched something, but in that matchup, you probably don't bench more than 4 Typhlosions and maybe a Shaman and maybe a Fez. A Fez only has 1 retreat anyway. Alright, let's think. Not let's think. My pricing was awful last game. So let's not think. Let's just hope we don't price to Sudowoodo and find our counter catchers on time. Because I lost that first game. If we're doing a BO3, then it means I can decide to go first again. Although I might not want to go first this time around. I'm not sure. No, turn 1 Iono or Judge feels really nice, so let's go. Let's go second this time. Let's go second. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. See, we're starting an even Sudowoodo even. That's great. Do I want to? Actually? I don't know if I want to start even Sudowoodo because we don't immediately have a counter catcher target. Because I don't run boss. I think it's probably best to start Barboach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Flip it over. We are going second, so I guess I can do this. There's what the fuck is this hand? There's 3 Dunsparce and 2 counter catcher. What is this hand? Let's just pass. They probably have like a 40 damage from combustion this turn on their turn 2 going first. This hand is so cursed. Okay, that's a Dunsparce, I guess. Bench that. And pass again. They knock this out. Putting them at 5 prizes. I can push Dunsparce, I guess. And draw. Dude, what am I drawing? Runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's something here, I guess. I can like counter catcher the Shaman now and track that. Bench Dunsparce. I think I'll Ultra Ball away Dunsparce Fighting for a Cetoddle. That feels really bad, discarding a Fighting Energy. I guess but 2 Dudunsparce also feels terrible. Maybe I don't Ultra Ball yet, but I really want to get that Cetoddle in play. I think I don't Ultra Ball yet. Let's just impound for 20, take it slow. Draw for turn. We have another Dunsparce. We can evolve this into the Dunsparce. Let's use Runaway Draw. The Hand of Dreams. Only worms and catchers. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we drew a Cetoddle naturally. We have to shuffle this back. I'll do that in a sec. Attach Fighting. I just played this one. I guess there's no need for an Ultra Ball right now, or maybe I want to Ultra Ball something else, or like another Dunsparce. No, let's shuffle and then impound again. This hand is cursed, so cursed. Let's go. Let's impound again. Draw. I got another CETITAN. Are you kidding me? I guess I can Ultra Ball that and one the Dunsparce. Get. What do I want to get? Another Dunsparce or something? Another even Sudowoodo is probably better. Although another Dunsparce will likely boost my draw, and if I can find like. Oh, this is the first search card I've played, by the way, so I can actually flip the prizes now if I want to. Yeah, that is the first search card I've played. So, since I don't want to prize check, Scramble Switch is in the prizes! Oh no! Dude. Scramble Switch is in the prizes. This is cursed. There's also one Whiscash in prizes. That's like less relevant. That's the reason I run 2. Actually, these prizes are not that bad besides Scramble Switch. Alright. Now let's evolve into the Dunsparce. Just Runaway Draw. 2, 3. Oh nice, we drew naturally into the Sudowoodo. That's really good. So let's bench that Sudowoodo. I don't have an attachment for turn, unfortunately. But I do have a judge. I could use that. Let's, yeah, you know what? Let's judge. Let's judge. Rip! Alright, shuffle, shuffle. And then we draw 4, of course. I was like, wait, where's my hands? Then I remembered I played the judge. Okay, we got an attachment for turn. That's something. Also Night Stretcher here. Does that help in any way here? I yeeted away on Dudunsparce earlier, so maybe. So let's inbound for the next one, and then next turn the Shaman will be KO'd. So let's, yeah, you know what? Let's Night Stretcher for that Dudunsparce and use it right away. Actually, do I want to use it right away? No, let's judge first. Let's judge first. I can probably put the die here. That's probably fine. Shuffle everything up. La da da da. And then 4 more. There's another judge. Okay, at least I'm chaining supporters right now. That's really nice. I think at this point we go for a runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. I did already attach for turn, so need to remember that. And let's PAF in for 2 more Dunsparce. There we go. Boop. Boop. You also judge your opponent's every hand. Yeah. I judge my own hands. Boop. Yeah, I did attach return already. I do have 2 counter catchers here. This hand is not really judgeable. I guess we're grabbing the KO. I could counter catcher something else. Let's grab the KO on that Shaman. Grab a random prize from here, which is gonna be Whiscash. Okay, it's like kind of the worst prize I could have gotten here. Honestly, I would have liked every other prize better. That's okay though. Okay, definitely KO even Sudowoodo. You know what I do? I push my other even Sudowoodo. Muhaha. Draw for turn. Attach to the even Sudowoodo. Let's counter catcher there, like Pheasantipity or something. I think Fez is a normal thing to counter catcher here. I can't Nest Ball for 4th Dunsparce because it's in prizes. I don't think I can get any. Yeah, let's just judge again because there's no way I'm making progress with this hand anymore. This deck does really teach me how to shuffle. No scramble is so sad. It's okay, we have redeemable tickets still. We just need to find it. Four. I think that's the 3rd judge I played, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. And 0 Ionos. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have attachments for turn. And that's about it. So let's retreat lock that Fez. It's unfortunately weak to fighting, but I have to do this. They can't do anything. My attachments for turn will now be this. Do I Pal Pad back judges? I don't think so. Maybe I do actually, just to be safe. Just to be safe that I have plenty of draw support throughout the game. I think it's fine for me to Shuffle those judges back in. Ideally, I would have shuffled back into Ionos at this point, but... Right, let's Iono. Bring this to the bottom and drawing 5. At least this draws me more cards than the judge does. Okay, we found the Dunsparce. That's really nice. We also have an Artazon now. So let's use the Dunsparce runaway draw to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, this is so nice. 1, 3. Then let's Artazon back this Dunsparce. So I'll move it sideways because that one has already evolved, or like that one has just been put on the bench, just to not confuse myself. Evolve this to the Dunsparce. I will have to shuffle because I want to use that the Dunsparce. You saw Guardy rip 4 Ionos in a row yesterday. Oh wow, that's really impressive. I actually don't know if it's impressive. Like if you don't grab any prizes, I think it's pretty likely to get 4 Ionos in a row. Especially if you have other draw support like Fez. Not that likely, but it's not unlikely either. So yeah, let's use runaway draw 1, 2, 3 to shuffle that back. I'll leave it like this for a second so that I remember that I have to shuffle. I think I discarded a Whiscash earlier this game. No, that was the other game. I can discard this Whiscash safely then. I still need to attach for turn, by the way, so let's do that. Let's Ultra Ball away the Whiscash and not the Barboach. Nest Ball. So I can grab the other Dunsparce, evolve this one. I can. Oh wait, I Nest Balled. I discarded my Nest Ball, so I can't actually search for that Dunsparce. Yeah, this is a good board state. Not gonna lie, ripping 3 the Dunsparce in 1 turn is always a huge serotonin boost, isn't it? All right, let's use the third one runaway draw of the turn. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I have to shuffle. I think I do want to Ultra Ball for something here, for another Dudunsparce, but if, no, let's chill. Let's chill. Let's chill for a second. We also have Artazon still. Right, shuffle, shuffle. And then once again an inbound for another 40, pushing this to 80. I will do another sippy. The Dunsparce sweep, exactly. I got worms in my deck. Okay, let's draw for turn. Evolve to the Dunsparce. Do I rip the Iono now? I think it's probably best. I burned 1 Night Stretcher, right? Yeah. Still have my Super Rods. Do I want a Night Stretcher for another Sudowoodo? Maybe a little too early for that. I think I will, just to be safe. Let's Night Stretcher for that Sudowoodo. Bench it. Attach an energy to it and not the Cetitan. How many energies are in the Cetitan? Let me check. Not that many. There's 9. Let me just put the Cetitan like this on like a huge stack. I think that's funny. Oh yeah, I can Artazon before I do the Iono. That's still fine. So to grab another Dunsparce. I rather want the 70 HP one actually here. Yeah. Seribot's here. Seribot, why were you not here earlier? The heck? That what happened? All right. Just give it a good shuffle, and then rip that Iono. Yeah, this deck really teaches me to shuffle a lot. It's teaching me shuffle endurance for sure. The reversals, by the way, are not even active right now, or nor the counter catchers, because we're equal in prizes. We have another Dunsparce, which is really nice. I benched this Dunsparce earlier this turn, so I can't actually do anything. I can go for the Dunsparce proc here. 1, 2, 3. To shuffle those in. And then I can Nest Ball for the Dunsparce back. I think that's a pretty good shout. See, now we got to triple the Dunsparce board again. And I got Super Rod. Do I rip the Rod right now? What's in my discard pile? There's a Whiscash, that doesn't really matter. Fighting Energy, Titan EX, Barboach. Yeah, it's probably better to save this for later. It's a lot better to save that for later. Oh, the Twitch gang got an ad break. So sorry to hear that. Alright, let's once again impound for 40 on that Serendipity. And draw for turn. We find the Whiscash, because of course we do. Let's go boop, boop. Attach the reversal energy to Cetitan. And then Judge. I think Judge is the call here. My deck is getting a little thin though, not gonna lie. Maybe I should stop drawing so many cards. Four. Okay. I found my Super Rod back. Let's runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. We found a redeemable ticket finally. I need to shuffle because I want to use the other runaway draw. Yeah, let's use the other runaway draw. Wow, my brain was not functioning for a second. 2, 3. Shuffle these back in. Dunsparce. And Dunsparce. Yeah. I have Salvatore in hand, but the thing is Salvatore searches your deck for a card that has no ability. So I would have to have Whiscash in my deck and not in my hands to pull off the combo. Either I find a turn where I bench both Barboach, or I need to have a guaranteed Scramble Switch in my hand. Although I might get the Scramble Switch from the prizes I get from KOing the Fez eventually. Did I attach for turn yet, by the way? I think I have at the start of turn. There's no... Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I definitely did. Let's impound, putting that Serendipity to the 160. Draw. Attach reversal energy. I don't think I want to judge this hand, man. This hand's a little good. Let's Ultra Ball away the Cetoddle and the Artazon. I think that's a good shout. For the Dunsparce. Evolve to the Dunsparce. Shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. How many cards are in deck? 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, so we're going to 9 cards in deck when I pop this. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we Artazon for Dunsparce again. And don't forget to shuffle the deck. So this is an 8-card deck if I count it correctly. Okay. All right. Let's impound once more for 2 hundo. This is like the last turn we can keep this Fez in check. Draw for turn. Attach a Fighting Energy. To the Cetitan. How many energies does the Cetitan have right now? It has 20. Did I count it correctly? Yeah, 20. Do I rip the Iono here or the Judge? I think I'm good just chilling for now. So let's impound for 2 prizes. Go. Finding a Poffin and a Fighting. Unfortunately not the Scramble Switch.
Hello, lettuce.
They definitely KO my Sudowoodo. They go down to 4 prizes. I push Dunsparce. Attach Fighting to the Cetitan. Evolve to the Dunsparce. Wow, my brain just brain farted so badly. Let's runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle this back. Push Dunsparce. Dunsparce to Dunsparce. The mat is very cute. Thank you so much. Hello, Petra. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. There's 5 cards left in deck. I'm gonna use Artazon just to check what the 5 cards are that are left in deck. Okay, none of these, besides maybe the Fighting Energy, are integral to me drawing the win con. So let's fill the Artazon. Use runaway draw from this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. Actually found the Fighting Energy for a change. Shuffle this back and push Pseudo. We don't actually have a Dunsparce in hand, but that's fine. But actually, is that fine? That means that there's 1, 2. That means there's 2 in the deck. So I think what I'll do is I'll Ultra Ball away my Cetoddle and my Dunsparce to find that Dunsparce from deck. Oh yeah, there's 2 of them. Okay, we grab one of them. You're doing well, enjoying life without work, even though it's a bit boring. I can see what you mean. I have the same feeling. I got like from now until like start of September, I have nothing going on. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go as hard on content as possible, as like not as possible, but as feasible for me, because otherwise I have no distractions. I need you tomorrow, so you're gonna work tomorrow. Okay, slay. So not completely works. Okay, I already attached for turn. So now we're gonna play them redeemable tickets to counter prize cards, shuffle them, and put them on the bottom of our deck. And then put the top 3 cards of our deck, which are exactly Dunsparce, Dunsparce, and Dunsparce, as our prize cards. So now there is a Dunsparce in the deck. There's a Dunsparce in my discard pile as well. Oh yeah, wait. I waited for Super Rod until after the redeemable ticket, so I'm so smart. Get back at the Dunsparce, Fighting Energy, and I think I have another Fighting Energy here. Yeah, let's go. We Super Rod these back. Come on. Get back in the deck. That's nice. Enjoy free time. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's been a video laying around for like a month because there was a lot of technical issues that I had to fix for that. So today I've been going to town on that video specifically. I think I got like halfway through over the course of like 7 hours. Not uninterrupted 7 hours, but like with plenty of breaks as well. So that's really nice. I could puff in actually. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to puff in that Dunsparce to the bench. Yeah, nice. Alright, yeah, let's just... I actually don't want to impound anything here. Well, maybe I do. Let's just impound, like, active. Doesn't really matter. On their crackback, they KO me. The thing is, we're now 3 and 3 in prizes, so our reversal energy still isn't active. So I'll push my Dudunsparce and draw. I mean, I would need more. Let's attach the Fighting Energy here. I would need my thing as well, by the way. Is this the point where I wait? Maybe I shuffled. I should have probably shuffled in the Barboach, if I'm gonna be honest. Now I'm kind of reliant on specifically Whiscash not being here. I kind of fucked that up. But let's see. Let's play the Judge to shuffle our hand in our deck and draw 4 cards. Did some cleaning today and went out with a dog. Then I just binged anime. Slay. Well, actually, I probably should have played Iono there, because that allows me to get Barboach and Whiscash to the bottom of my deck. And then, presumably, the Scramble Switch to my hands, because I can still Artazon for the Barboach and then Salvatore. But that's the thing, I need Salvatore and Scramble Switch. And I have Scramble Switch here, but not Salvatore. So let's use... Will we use Artazon? No, let's use Runaway Draw. Or 1, 2, 3. Okay, I found the Barboach and not the Whiscash. It's actually something I prefer here. Shuffle everything in. Push the Dunsparce. I think I'll pass here for now. Yeah, we'll let them KO the Dunsparce. And I'll push my Cetitan and draw. We attach the Fighting for turn. There's a lot of energy attached to this Cetitan, by the way. This is kind of a gamble, though. It's probably better actually to push the Dunsparce, because I'm gonna Dudunsparce anyway. Let's bench the Barboach, because this is gonna be the turn. Runaway draw for 1, 2, 3. Ah, we did draw Whiscash. That sucks. Shuffle this back in. We did draw the Whiscash. So I guess we just have to pull it here. Have the active Cetitan. Bench Dunsparce. Yeah, okay, so Salvatore is less good than I thought it was. But it's okay. Because it specifically says search your deck, right? It's in my deck right now. So actually, let's pop Artazon just to check. Search your deck for a card that has no abilities and evolves from one of your Pokemon. Okay. could actually bench this Dunsparce. How much can Typhlosion do? If they have the maximum build, they can do 280 plus 40, 50. That's a lot. That's more than enough to KO the Titan. They definitely went to 2 prize, by the way. I forgot to do that. So let's counter catch or something, and then pray we don't die. And like, sure, okay. Let's say they hit us for 180. There we go. We draw for turn. Now we can draw Salvatore. Evolve to Whiscash. Attach another Fighting Energy to the Cetitan, because why not? This is going to be so funny, actually. Because I now Scramble Switch my Whiscash with the Cetitan EX, and if I want to, like it says on the card, you may move any amount of energy from the Pokemon you move to your bench to the new active Pokemon. So let's do that. Let's move... How much energy is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Fighting Energies and 4 Reversal Energies. Let's move all of those. Hold on. I need to display this correctly. There we go. All these energies are now attached to the Whiscash. You did some cleaning today, went out with the dog. Slay. Let's go. You just benched that. Oh wait, I already read that. I already read that. What am I saying? Anyway. Okay, let's use Raging and Rocking to, for each Fighting Energy attached to this Pokemon, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. The top cards, how many energies are these? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 4 times 4 is 8, plus 16 is 24 cards. Surely they don't have 24 cards in their deck anymore. So if we use this, we win. Raging and Rocking goes so hard. Dude, what the fuck is this deck? This deck is so inconsistent, but it's so funny. But this deck is like not consistent whatsoever. It's so silly. You wish you could comment more on the Pokemon card game, but you're totally clueless. Hold on, I think you'll get this though, Petra. Let me search up the Whiscash again. So basically what the goal is of this deck is use the Whiscash's Raging and Rocking attack. For each Fighting Energy attached, it discards the top card of your opponent's deck. And the whole thing, the whole purpose of this deck is to get as many energies, whoops, sorry about that, get as many energies attached to this Whiscash as possible. So with that previous test we got 24. 24 is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Because a Pokemon deck is 60 cards, so yeah, 24 cards discarded is a lot. Of course, this already took like several turns to do, so they probably don't even have 24 cards in deck anymore. But it's mostly to check, to limit test how well this actually functions. It's probably best to, for the combo turns, save your Super Rod. Or like have a Night Stretcher Iono stuff. Alright, so what is a matchup that we want to practice against now? Damn, this deck is really hard to shuffle when it's all 60 cards. Not gonna lie. I think going against Raging Bolt is maybe not a bad decision. Yeah, that's probably fine. Like a Raging Bolt Owl build. Let's flip the coin, see if it's heads or tails. It is heads, so Bolt decides. I think Bolt always wants to go first in that matchup, no matter what. Let's take a sip of water because it's really hot outside. And let's draw 7 cards for our opening hands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boop. What is this opening hand? Let's see. Okay, we're opening Dunsparce and Cetoddle. That's not terrible. Salvatore is kind of useless in his opening hand, unfortunately. So let's put down 6 prize cards that are hidden for both of us. And I did say going second, right? Yeah, I did say that. Draw for turn. Let's attach a Fighting Energy. I think I have to Ultra Ball here. Discard Whiscash Salvatore. That feels really bad, but kind of have to. I have to get Sudowoodo here. Actually, I never attach that energy. That's a thing of your dreams. I never attach that energy. You didn't see it. I Ultra Ball for even Sudowoodo. I've done nothing else in the turn, I swear. Yeah, I didn't price check, but price checking is lame anyway, so I'm just going to flip over the prices to see what the prices are specifically. And I'll just grab a random one every time. A redeemable ticket is in my prizes, and so is one Dudunsparce. Also 2 Poffin, that really sucks. Let's attach here to even Sudowoodo. And pass it up. Raging Bolt probably KOs me here. They go down to 5 prizes, let's check that. Push Sudowoodo, draw for turn. Nice, we find Dunsparce. Attach a reversal here, counter catcher. Counter catcher a Hoothoot. Or actually it's probably a Noctowl at this point, but Noctowl resists fighting, so that's really nice. They run like 1 switch card only, which is Prime Catcher, so impound, they can't do anything. Night Stretcher. Is there anything one Night Stretcher? Not really. Impound. Oh, nice. Judge top deck is really epic. Yeah, the Raging Bolt matchup is kind of free if they bench a Hoothoot, because it resists fighting. Actually, yeah, so this is 2 turns. They probably have an attack next turn if it's the 80 HP Hoothoot. Okay, let's draw 4 cards. Okay, nice. We found a CETITAN EX, so this can't be bossed anymore. We also have a Nest Ball. We Nest Ball for Dunsparce, I think. Or do we Nest Ball for another Sudowoodo? That's also an option. Let's see, what does the rest of the hand have? Iono here as well for next turn, so it's probably fine to get a Dunsparce here. Right, shuffle. Here we go. I'm not going to bench that Cetoddle. Just use impound. The Hoothoot does 30 to me. I think that's what the attack is. I draw for turn. Let's Iono. Shuffle these 2 to the bottom of our deck and draw 6. Oh, nice, another Dunsparce. We have a Dudunsparce here as well. We have a reversal energy to attach to the CETITAN. Actually, let's keep the CETITAN close to here so we can fan out the energy as much as we want. 5 prizes. Let's see. There's already a Whiscash in discard pile, so I don't want to use this Ultra Ball again, but we don't have to yet. We have a runaway draw here that we can use to draw 3 cards and then shuffle the Dunsparce back in the deck. Those are actually kind of useless draws, not gonna lie. But at least that Iono is not on the bottom anymore. Right, shuffle. Shuffle some more. God, I love Coexistence, it's such a good song. It goes so hard. Still has that majestic feeling. That's my shuffle. I will take another sip of water. All right. We impound and then draw for turn. They do 30 to me again, probably. I draw Scramble Switch, but not much else. I have Night Stretchers here, so I could stretcher some things back. let's Ultra Ball away the Barboach and the Whiscash. Yeah, let's Ultra Ball away the Barboach and the Whiscash and then Night Stretcher them back to the hands. That means Ultra Ball and 2 Night Stretchers go to discards. So we search our deck for a Pokemon. That's going to be the Dunsparce. There we go. Evolve into the Dunsparce. This deck feels very repetitive on what it's trying to do, but it's very important to stall as many turns as possible to get as many attachments on that CETITAN as possible. That's the most important part. Alright. And then we impound again. They put us to 90 with their Hoot attack or Noctowl, whatever. Draw. That's a really nice Judge. I want to use this Judge so bad, but I have to counter catcher first. Counter catcher the other Owl, then Judge, and then they have to charge up that Owl, and they need 2 turns for that. So I'll not take damage next turn, but I will take damage the turn after. Right. Shuffle, shuffle. And then draw 4 cards. We find an attachment for turn. I found back my Whiscash. That's so annoying. I don't want this guy in my hand. Don't want him in my hand at all. I could Super Rod some things back, but it's probably better to Super Rod once this Sudowoodo dies. Oh yeah, and now we use Runaway Draw to draw 3. 3? Okay, I redraw the Scramble Switch as well. But now I get to reshuffle these. I also want a Pal Pad here probably. Reshuffle an Iono and a Judge. Salvatore actually. Probably better to shuffle back Salvatore in case I need it. I guess it's another dead cards, but whatever. Alright, shuffle, shuffle. How many Ionos are in discard right now? I know there's 2 Judges in discards. No Ionos. At this point, we definitely go for a Runaway Draw again. 1, 2, 3. This gets shuffled back in the deck. Shuffle, shuffle. Alright. Let's think. Probably impound again. They don't have an attack this turn, so we draw another card. Man, I'm kind of bricking here. Unfortunately. Super Rodding back at Dunsparce is not going to help that, so let's impound again. Then they KO me. Going down to 4 prizes. And I have to push my Dudunsparce. Wow, I'm bricking so hard right now. How many energies are on here? It's 1, 2, 3, 12, 13. Are they that deep in their deck right now? Maybe? They are. Maybe they are that deep in their deck right now. Yeah, let's attach 1 to Dunsparce and then find a friend. Or not for the Dunsparce. I need more on the bench. Let's do an even Sudowoodo. This goes to hand, by the way. Then they hit me for 30 with their Noctowl. I draw for turn, bench the Sudowoodo, attach Fighting. And once again find a friend. At this point we do another Dunsparce. No, let's do the Dunsparce. It's better. Right, they hit me for another 60 or another 30. I draw. Nice, I draw into the Dunsparce. Huge. Huge gaming. Attach Fighting here. And then I'll use Runaway Draw. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Huge, actually. Some might call it. This has to get shuffled back in the deck. So the Fighting Energy as well. Bravery Charm might not be a bad idea to include here. Or Handout Fan. I think Handout Fan is probably a good inclusion in this list. But if I do that, I might as well include Arvens. But that is an idea. Bench Dunsparce. I think it's probably correct to rip Iono here. Which does suck, but I need to find more basics. Could have super rotted Sudowoodo. Do I still want to do that? Yeah. I want to do that actually. Or doing anything else. Sudowoodo Fighting Whiscash. I think Whiscash is correct there. And not Dunsparce. There's one the Dunsparce in prizes anyway. There we go. Right. Oh yeah, and now we Iono. Yeah, that was the plan. Okay, 6 cards. Find another Whiscash back, but I also have Artazon, Dunsparce, another Dunsparce or Sudowoodo. Probably better to get Sudowoodo here because I don't have a counter catcher this turn. Although I could live with getting a Sudowoodo next turn from the Artazon, so it's fine. Yeah, this is probably better. Counter catcher still in the deck? I think there's 2. Let me check my discard pile in hand afterwards, because I don't think it's in my hand though. No, it's not. But there's an Iono in my hand. That's nice. Yeah, there's 2 counter catchers. But there's only 1 in my deck. That's rough. Yeah, I didn't have a retreat lock this turn. I didn't attach this turn, but I kind of want to hold on to this Fighting. Yeah, let's just impound, and then we get KO'd, putting them to 3 prizes. Draw for turn. Oh my god, I top decked the Sudowoodo. That's terrible. I didn't want to do that. Let's attach the Fighting here and then play the Iono. Actually, once again, I think I want to Fin first. Let's go grab a Cetoddle, I think. Maybe a Barboach. I think Cetoddle is correct, because I don't have recovery anymore. Bench the Cetoddle. now we rip the Iono. 3, 5, 6. Okay, we find an Ultra Ball and a Counter Catcher. Okay, so we can just retreat into this. Counter Catcher up that Owl, and then impound. And we take 30 on the clapback. Draw for turn, attach Fighting to the CETITAN. I could evolve this to CETITAN EX. I guess it doesn't hurt. No, it does hurt because I want to Ultra Ball. Let's Ultra Ball away the CETITAN and Nest Ball for the Dunsparce. Right, evolve to the Dunsparce and use Runaway Draw. 1, 2, 3. What awful cards to draw from that? Let's Artazon back for the Dunsparce. They're literally the worst cards I could have gotten here, I think. Unfortunately, they are. Well, I mean, there's 3 Dudunsparce in my deck. There's probably some Ultra Balls in my deck, so there is gas. There is gas in my deck. I'll tell you that. How many Ultra Balls are there? There's 1 in this card, 2 in this card, 3. Oh, never mind. There's 1 Ultra Ball and 3 Dudunsparce. So we impound. This goes 60. Draw. We draw Fighting Energy. Yikes. Attach the Fighting to here. Go. And then we impound. We go to 90. I have no more counter catchers left, so this is like the last straw. We have another Fighting Energy, and we have a Judge. Which is really nice. All right, so then we draw 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw the Dunsparce, which is really nice. Let's use it. 1. Where? Bro, why do the Whiscash keep coming back, man? I hate this. That shuffled in the deck. I do want Artazon immediately for that Dunsparce. And then I Ultra Ball away that Fighting Energy and a Whiscash for a Dunsparce. Evolve this guy to the Dunsparce. I do have to shuffle my deck before actually using the Dunsparce, because I forgot to do that just now. And then Runaway Draw. 1, 2, 3. This gets shuffled in my deck. I Poffin for the Dunsparce. Evolve this into the Dunsparce. I still have to shuffle though. Whoops. Then we use this to Dunsparce. That's number 3 this turn already. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Shuffling this one back. I'm not gonna bench anything here. Let's just check. There's one Whiscash in discard, right? Yeah. And no Barboach. But technically I don't know here still. Okay, so let's impound. I get knocked out. Push Dunsparce and draw. I have both Barboach in my hand, so that's gonna make it a lot easier. So I think at this point I'll just bench both Barboach. I'm not gonna Iono, I think. How many cards are in here? 5. I think Iono is fine then. Yeah, because I definitely draw 2 Dudunsparce from there at the very least. Let's Iono. Four, 5, 6. So I draw 1 card from my original hand as well, which is the Cetoddle. But I do have the Dunsparce. And this goes to 2, by the way. I'll pass. Probably KO Barboach from the bench, like with a gust effect. Then I still push the Dunsparce and draw. And then I'll use, for the next turn, Salvatore on that Barboach to get a Whiscash. Then we use Runaway Draw, draw the 2 cards here, shuffle these back, push the CETITAN with loads of energy, then Scramble Switch CETITAN to the bench, getting the Whiscash to active, moving all the energies to this Whiscash, and then we use Raging and Rocking. For how much? Raging and Rocking for how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 14. Raging Ball players have definitely had lower deck sizes than that at this stage of the game, so that's a GG on Raging Ball. Holy shit, bro. The bad luck I've got this game actually still managed to pull through. Dude, this deck is so hard to pilot, I swear to God. This deck is like insane to pilot. It's not even funny. I think I'll go for a quick pee and water refill break. That's okay with y'all. I'll be back in like 5-ish minutes. And I'll let the Twitch ads play during this as well. And feel free to suggest in the chat, specifically either on Twitch or YouTube. Feel free to suggest a matchup that I should practice now, because we've done Raging Bolt, we've done Even Typhlosion, so there's still like Gardevoir on the line, there's Dragapult, there's Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Anyway, I'll be right back, gamers. Hey gamers, I'm back. I had a thought. This is actually kind of annoying to play against Marty Grimsnarl and stuff, but I think I want to try it. So let's draw an opening 7. I need to flip, by the way, first. So let's flip. Okay, so we get to choose. Probably want to go first in this matchup, just to bench down a bunch of worms if possible. Ooh, and we can open even Sudowoodo. That's really nice. Okay, let's go tree here and tree here. Flip them over, draw for turn. Attach fighting here for sure. I have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, so let's not check for prizes, let's just open them. Ultra Ball fighting Iono, CETITAN EX, Cetoddle Iono. Okay, so 2 Iono is really bad. 1 CETITAN EX is annoying, but not the end of the world. Get 1 of each Dunsparce. This is, I think, the first time I don't have a Dunsparce benched. It's either that or the Barboach that I can get, but okay. Is my phone still doing fine? Phone is really warm, but it's still charging, I think. It's just slowly losing more charge than that is gaining from my charger. That's fine. It went down like 2% over the course of 2 hours, so that's fine by me. So it's just using slightly more power than. Let's not ram into the wall. It's using slightly more power than that's gaining. Now we attached for turn already. Salvatore is not gonna help. Let's pass. They probably do a Badu item lock on me. If I had to guess. Let's draw for turn. Evolve into the Dunsparce. Attach a reversal to the Cetoddle. And then Iono. Plus 6. Opponent also has 6 prizes, by the way. I get another Cetoddle. Not sure if I want to bench that though. Yeah, this hand is kind of useless, unfortunately. I can hit the Badu for 20 and then pass, and they can once again hit me for 10 for item lock. Probably have like maybe a Frostlash in play at this point, so also put 10 on my Dunsparce. And draw. I think I'll Nest Ball for another Sudowoodo, just in case. I didn't use my Dunsparce last turn because I was hoping to do it after my Iono this turn specifically. I saw Iono being obtained from the Iono. Alright, shuffle. Alright. Or there was a Judge, sorry, that was it. So let's attach the Fighting Energy to Sudowoodo. Let's play Judge. Again, nice thing about the Sudowoodo, the Barboach, the Dunsparce, the Whiscash, they all don't have an ability, so they don't take damage from Marty's Grimsnarl. It's just the Dunsparce, and it's actually also the thing that I need to keep in mind. Not the thing. You mean what? You know what I mean. With the thing that is CETITAN. That's specifically 300. 4 cards from Judge. Oh my god, bro. At least I found another Judge, but come on, man. Let's impound again. We KO that Badu. And we get, what price do we get? Not the CETITAN EX. We got another Iono. Okay, that's actually not bad. I probably have a Marnie's Grimmsnarl active right now. This should be picked up to 30, by the way, because it gets 2 pings. Probably 50. 40, sorry, because they maybe have 2 in play right now. And then they do a Marnie's Grimmsnarl swing for 30 on this, KOing this. And they go to 5. I push the Dunsparce and draw. Definitely attaching a reversal energy onto the Dunsparce, or the Cetoddle, sorry. I think I want to judge here actually. No, that's Night Stretcher for the Sudowoodo. And then judge. I want to save the Ionos for the late game. Right. Shuffle. Pull, and then PAF 4. Yo, Morgan, hello, what's good? Thank you so much for the raid, I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shouty outy. Hello, hello, what were you up to? Playing some Scarlet and Violet? Ooh, nice. What were you doing in Scarlet and Violet? Just a regular playthrough? A casual test of Violet on the Switch too. I see you, I see you, I see you. I hope everything went well and exceeded your expectations. By the way, hi, for anyone that doesn't know me that came with the raid. Hi, I'm Noah. I'm waving because I'm in first person today. Today we're testing out a wacky new CETITAN Mill deck. Just trying to goldfish. And yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. Feel free to drop a follow if you love Pokemon stuff, especially Pokemon cards, because I like playing the game, I like collecting. So that's your call to action right there. Thank you so much for the raid once again, appreciate it. I was like butter and you found 2 shinies without actually hunting. Oh yeah, because they increased the spawn rate, right? They increased the spawn rates of Pokemon. Hold on, let me actually give you the in-Twitch shout out as well, so that people can have an immediate follow button. That's not, hold on. That's not how that works. Come on, Noah. Let's just type out your name. I misspelled it first, and it gave me no results, but there we go. Now it's giving me results. All right, where was I? I was in the middle. It's increased like crazy, I love it. Fair. Oh yeah, I drew 4 cards off the judge. That's right. I already attached for turn. There's another Cetoddle. Does Super Rod find anything here? Not really. I think I have to rip the Dunsparce. Let's use Runaway Draw to draw 3 cards. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. And then shuffle this back into the deck. The Dunsparce is helping, but it's not helping that much. Not sure what to push to active though. You be lurky? That's okay. You have to go, you have some laundry stuff you need to do before tomorrow, and then you also want to relax before. Very valid. Once again, raiding and running is very valid. I mean, there's a reason you ended your stream most likely. It's either because you're too tired or you got other shit to do. So I completely understand. So yeah, go rest up, go do that laundry. Love you, and thanks again for the raids. Really appreciate it. I do have Countercatcher here, but we're not. We're tight in prizes. I think I want to push this Dunsparce and then bench this one. And then Nest Ball for another Dunsparce. It's on the bottom apparently, nice. Right. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. There we go. Counter catcher is not active, so I can't use that. It's gonna be a pass from me then. Yeah, they definitely do another Grimmsnarl attack this turn. Going here, most likely the 30. Or here. Definitely pushing this Dunsparce and drawing. Okay. Let's Ultra Ball away a Cetoddle and a Fighting Energy. Feels fine. Get ourselves a Cetitan. Involve the Cetitan, so that cannot be gusted anymore. Because its ability says that whenever your opponent plays an item or supporter card from their hands, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. It's really, really nice. Alright, these all go to discards. Let's check the discard pile real quick because we have Super Rod in hand. This is actually not a bad Super Rod angle, I think. I'm down to Super Rods, the Fighting Energy, the Dunsparce, and the Fighting Energy. That's probably fine. Let's shuffle those back into the deck. Yeah, this deck is a lot of shuffling, unfortunately. Unfortunately, a lot of shuffling. Alright. I haven't touched return. Let's here. Yeah, that's fine. Retreat the Dunsparce because it's free retreat. Oh, that's the 30. Let's counter catcher up a Frostlass, which is 90 HP, and then impound with my empty hand for 20. I now have the Cetitan in play, so the Cetitan is going to take 2 in checkup and then 2 again. Draw for turn. That's a really nice Artazon find. We can grab another Dunsparce with that. I would like the other Dunsparce. Yeah, there you go. It's probably best to do a 3-1 split of the Dunsparces, as in like 3 evolved Dunsparce and 1 Temporal Forces the Dunsparce, sorry. Right. Shuffle, shuffle. And then impound once again to do 40. This goes to 80. Now that Frostlass up again. I drop Barboach, that doesn't really do anything. I impound again, 60. This goes up for 40 again. Draw Night Stretcher. Is there the Dunsparce in discards? No, that's a dead draw, unfortunately. So we impound that enemy Frostlass goes to 80. This goes to 160. From the Frostlass ticks. Draw. Iono is a nice draw, I guess, because it gives me 5 fresh cards. This one's practically a Marnie. Right. Find an attachment for turn. That's huge. And we find the Dunsparce and a Dunsparce. Let's use Runaway Draw to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And shuffle this back. I'm not going to shuffle it back yet because I want Artazon that Dunsparce back. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Beak shuffles. And then we Runaway Draw again. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle this guy back. We have the Dunsparce now, which is really nice. So we shuffle again, and then we use runaway draw again, so we have to shuffle again after that. So, all shuffled up. Then we use another runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. We found the Scramble Switch. And now I can Buddy-Buddy Poffin to get 2 of the Dunsparces back. 1 of these. And this one. Let's check the rest of my deck. There's a Barboach and a Whiscash in there. Stretcher Pal Pads. Honestly, I think I can rip the Redeemable Ticket here. I really want to get that Fighting Energy and Iono out of the pile. So it's a little bit of a risk, if I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, that there. The thing is, I got the Barboach and Whiscash already in hand, and the Salvatore and the Scramble Switch, so I think I'm fine to pull it off. 5 prizes right here. We grab the top 5. Go. We impound the active Frostlash to grab a KO, drawing 1 prize, which is another Ultra Ball. Nice. This now takes 2 over turns rather than 4. Goes into them. They definitely go for 30 here, KO this to go down to 3 prizes. I push Sudowoodo. Draw. I will Ultra Ball away. No, that's not Ultra Ball. I want to Artazon first to check my prizes. There's a Barboach prized. And a Fighting and a Reversal. And a Counter Catcher. So what can I Artazon for? At the Dunsparce? That's it. Just a Dunsparce. But now I know that I need to Ultra Ball away my Whiscash here and not my Barboach. And then 1 Fighting Energy. Find the Dunsparce. Which miraculously none entered the prizes. There we go. Evolve into this Dunsparce. And attach return. And counter capture the other Frostlash. And then use runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Nice. This gets shuffled into the deck. Shuffle, shuffle. We found another Dudunsparce, so let's go for that as well. Night Stretcher and a Pal Pad. I haven't played a supporter yet, so let's Pal Pad some Iono back into the deck. Do I want a Night Stretcher for anything? Probably Fighting Energy. Yeah, probably Fighting Energy. So we have to shuffle. Have I popped the Super Rod yet? I'm not sure actually. I know I popped the other stretcher, Sudowoodo, but I don't know if I've popped the other. But yeah, I have popped the Super Rod. Okay. So let's go for a runaway draw. 1, 3. Shuffle that in. I could go for an Iono, but then I also Iono away all this energy. 13. This mills for 13. Okay, so let's inbound for 20. They take this to 200. And I draw. Attach for turn. I can Artazon for another Dunsparce. Right. Do I want to Iono here? Probably not yet. Although, so this hand is practically what I want it to be for the Scramble Switch turn. So ideally, I just chill here. Yeah. Okay, I do another impound. This gets to 40. Honestly, 20. Maybe, yeah, to 20. I draw for turn. Attach here. And impound again. This gets sticks up another bunch. I draw the Whiscash, unfortunately. So I'll have to go for display. Which is runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. This gets shuffled back. I didn't Artazon yet. Yeah, all my recovery is down the drain. That's okay. So this is then the turn that I'm gonna Barboach. Evolve to the Dunsparce. Attach for turn. Do I Iono here? Maybe I do. I think I do. I Ultra Ball away Cetoddle and Artazon for another Dudunsparce. And then I Iono plus double Dudunsparce. I think that's the play. Yeah, we Iono. Shuffling all of these to the bottom. And drawing 1, 2, 3, 4. Bench Dunsparce. Runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Use Artazon to get the Dunsparce back. Shuffle this one still. Go. This runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle this one back. Buddy-Buddy Poffin that Dunsparce here. And we're gonna fin a little bit more. Ultra Ball away 2 Ionos to get that to Dunsparce. I think that's the best pull I can get, probably. No, it's not. Probably should have held the Ultra Ball, but that's okay. They probably won't Iono me anyway, and if they do, I draw a bunch of the Dunsparces, which once again leads me to this. Okay, so I impound again. This goes to 80. Goes 180 plus 80. This is on 260. It's on his last leg, so Let's assume we do get Ionos. Just worst case scenario. And we draw 4. Still got the Scramble Switch. Okay, and now we draw for turn. Still have... Yeah, this is why getting Ionos is not that bad here. Sorry, whoops. I want to use this runaway draw to draw 3. 2, 3. Shuffle it back, but I want to Artazon that Dunsparce right away. Fetch of Fighting Energy. And I'll just play the Salvatore. I can get the Whiscash. We retreat Sudowoodo to the CETITAN. We Scramble Switch the CETITAN with Whiscash. Yeah, I don't have attachment for turn anymore, so this is going to be the Raging and Rocking that we do. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 discards. Pretty big. It's unfortunate the reversal got priced from the thing, the redeemable ticket, but other than that, this game went pretty smooth. Yeah, Frostless is really scary. It kind of puts my CETITAN on a timer. I'm starting to notice that my arms are getting a little sore, not gonna lie. Definitely shuffled many a card today. I'll say that. Yeah, the camera does shake if I have my hands on the desk. So I'll just use my arm rests. Means I'm shuffling over here, unfortunately, not in the middle of the mat. It is what it is. We can try and test Dragapult, but it feels a little awkward maybe. Could test Pult. We could test Guardy. Guardy has a bunch of fighting resistors, so that's really nice. Alright. Put 7 here. Roll that dice. It's 3, so we get to choose. I want to go first against Dragapult. I think because I don't really care about. Actually, second's probably better. Let's say first. We have to push Cetoddle active, which kind of sucks. 4, 5, 6. Let's flip it over and start that match. So we have a Dunsparce. That's big. I could Ultra Ball. Yeah, let's Ultra Ball away CETITAN EX and Fighting Energy. Flip over to prizes. That's kind of annoying pricing, not gonna lie. Probably want to get the Widow here. But I love this music. Such a banging track. Let's just pass. They definitely go for an Itchy Pollen. I draw. Unfortunately, that's kind of a dead draw. I think I'm just gonna pass. They Itchy Pollen me again. Draw. Another dead draw. Gonna be another pass. Itchy Pollen again. There's a Dudunsparce. That's really nice. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle everything in. I didn't see actually if I got any search. Well, I didn't, but I got 3 Pokemon to bench, so that's pretty nice. Also, how have I not found another Fighting Energy? I run 9. There's 1 in discard, none in prizes. How have I not drawn a single one? It's going to be a pass because I can't play Pal Pad. I probably do 4 turns max. I draw this. I'm not going to waste a reversal, man. Pass. They probably KO this and this with a Dragapult. So they're down to 4 prizes. Let's see how sticking Sudowoodo and active works. Bench the Dunsparce. I guess I can now Night Stretcher for fighting. Doesn't really help though. I'm just gonna have to pass again. They definitely KO this and put 60 here, or probably 10 here, and 50 on the Sudowoodo on the bench. I put Sudowoodo. Another Cetoddle? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm dead drawing. Dead drawing so hard here. Yeah, no, this is a bust. Let's try that again. I drew absolutely nothing. The only supporter I've seen was Salvatore. That's crazy. I honestly think I probably should go more of an Artazon build with this anyway. But I don't know. Artazon with like Gravity Gemstones and Charms, that might help. I'm also not sure if the Dunsparce is the correct engine for this. It feels really good for this. Because it's like the best draw single prize engine that I can use for this. I could consider running like maybe Energy Recycler and going for a Riverfruit. Literally, but it's then it's really hard to get that Riverfruit out of the active. I really think the Dunsparce is the correct engine for this. Maybe an Artazon build is better for this. Alright, let's go second against Dragapult now. Because we lost the flip first. Okay, I start Sudowoodo, that's not bad. Actually, starting Sudowoodo is not ideal. It's okay. Flip that, draw for turn, Cetoddle, Artazon, Fighting Energy. Use the Artazon. Now that we have deck search, we can flip these over. Okay. A little awkward, but we can make it work. Dunsparce. I don't have to shuffle this because I want to judge. Yeah. I mean, I have to shuffle it now. That's what I meant with I don't have to shuffle it. Oh, whoops. I knocked out my earbuds. Right. Let's draw 4 after judge. And I draw absolute jack shit. Like 2 of these cards are the same. Unfortunately, that's okay. We at least have supporter for next turn. So we impound for 20 on the Budoo. The Budoo pokes me back for 20. Because Sudowoodo is weak to grass. Draw for turn. Attach a reversal to Cetoddle. I'll use Artazon to get myself another. I'm thinking another Sudowoodo. Maybe this deck needs 3 Sudowoodo. I don't know. Maybe a Maractus in the mix. Maractus in the mix could feel pretty good, I think. I think a Maractus would work really well here. Oh, whoops. Jeez. I dropped some cards. Ah, fuck. Duck. Oh, my back! No, it's not that bad. Don't worry. I'm grabbing them from the ground. Here we go. Okay. Let's continue shuffling. I'm alive. Alright. I can't play Ultra Ball, so I guess I will Iono. 6 cards from the top. By the way, Dragon Balls on 6 prizes. Okay. Feels a little risky to bench another Dunsparce. Especially with this hand. I think it's fine. We'll just impound and get 1 prize. Hopefully it's Dunsparce. Fighting Energy is also not that bad. So yeah, we knock out the Budu. I probably go for 1 more Budu turn. I draw, so I can't play that Ultra Ball or Redeemable Tickets. I think that's fine. Attach reversal energy here. I'm a little sweaty, sorry. And Artazon for another Dunsparce, probably the 70 HP one this time. The only one left anyway. Go. Right. Can't really do anything else with this. Already attached for turn. So let's impound the active Budu for 20. Budu can't retreat, so he is forced to do another Itchy Pollen. I'll draw again. Another Ultra Ball that I can't use. Attach another reversal here, sure. And impound for the KO once more. Get the Dunsparce, which is not, I guess. They definitely pulled me, so they go this for 2 prizes. Do I have a counter catcher in hand? No, so I'll push Dunsparce. The Dunsparce is still priced, so Artazon will grab me a Cetoddle and that's it. Might be good for finning purposes though. Actually, yeah, let's Redeemable Tickets. Get the top 4 in there. Shuffle these to the bottom and then Artazon for a Dunsparce. Since we Artazons, we get to see these prizes. Yeah, we got a Dudunsparce and a Night Stretcher there. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Like ideally, there is like an Ultra Ball, a PAF, and a Nest Ball and a PAF or something. like the ideal pricing for me after that redeemable. So we Ultra Ball away Artazon and Pal Pads to get that CETITAN. No more bossing on that fella. Shuffle. There's another Ultra Ball in my hand, but I don't want to use that yet because I don't want to discard my Scramble Switch. Let's runaway draw for 1, 2, 3. Shuffling this back. I'll push this one. No, this one just got benched, so let's push this one. I found another. Nest Ball. Sparse again. Here we go. Why did I search my whole deck? I know it was on the top. Hello, welcome in, Katie. Thank you for claiming your daily Dynanuggy. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. Man, this deck is really a good workout for my arms, because man, I have to shuffle a bunch for this list. To execute it. Attach for turn. Oh, let's not commit that yet. Hold on. Runaway draw. Draw 1, 2, 3. Nice. We found the counter catcher. So let's push Sudowoodo. Oh, actually, we're not tight on prizes whatsoever. It's probably best to push Dunsparce then. Yeah. Let's attach for turn. Not gonna Ultra Ball yet. I have to shuffle my deck still, but I'm thinking of if I want to Ultra Ball yet. Probably not. Shuffle up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right. And then pass. If they're smart, they probably boss up Sudowoodo and then take 2 KOs, going down to 2 prizes. I'll push Dunsparce and draw. Then I'll Night Stretcher for Sudowoodo. That on the bench, attach here for turn. Use an Artazon, Dunsparce. Shuffle deck again. Actually, no, I want to play my Ultra Ball, so maybe not shuffling. Let's see, there's a Dunsparce in, 2 Dunsparce in this card and a Sudowoodo. So let's Ultra Ball away the Fighting Energy in the CETITAN to get a Dunsparce. Where are you? Right here. Go. Then we use runaway draw to draw 3. Nice, we found a supporter. Push even Sudowoodo. Counter catcher, Serendipity or something, and then Judge. I need to find more gas, more Dunsparces now that I can permit to bench them, now that I'm retreat locking that Serendipity. Draw 4 from the Judge. I draw another Dunsparce, which is really nice, so let's use that. 1, 2, 3. Epic, I found Poffin. So let's Poffin for that Dunsparce. And then another one. This one, so say that one. shuffle. Right, so it's all shuffled up. None of these Dunsparces can evolve. I did attach return already. Don't want to play any of this yet, so let's inbound for 40 on that. Fez, they can't do anything. I draw. I attach return. Artazon doesn't grab me anything. Right. Or maybe it grabs me the other Sudowoodo. No, it doesn't. Because I already Night Stretchered for it. There's 2 Dunsparce in here, so Artazon doesn't actually grab me anything here that I want. Did my music just stop? My music just stopped. Hold on. Let me take a look. Error has occurred. Crazy. This probably works. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so no more Pokemon music, I guess. Wee. All right. Where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah, drawing 4 after Iono. There's a Nest Ball. It doesn't grab me anything. I can Super Rod though. Super Rod is really nice here. I can Super Rod back Dunsparce, and Sudowoodo. And I can Artazon back Sudowoodo. Nest Ball back Dunsparce. So only this one has to be shuffled. Super Rod's a huge find. All right. And then I impound, hitting the Fez again for 40. Can't do anything. Draw. Find Dunsparce. And my bench is full, so I can't Artazon. 1, 2, 3. Artazon for that Dunsparce again. Shuffle some more. God, there's so much shuffling in this list. Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, let's attach the fighting here and then Iono. Draw 4 more. This is kind of a dead hand, so let's impound again. Can't do anything, I draw. Man, this hand is bad. I think I used 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Super Rod already, and my Redeemable Ticket. So I can't permit myself to actually discard these from my hands, like any of these cards. Which is unfortunate, so it's going to be another impound. Putting that to 160. I can't do anything, I draw the Dudunsparce, really nice. 1, 2, 3. Hold this guy to the Dunsparce. Artazon for this Dunsparce. Shuffle. This is a really good Iono though. This is a really good Iono. So I get all my combo pieces to the bottom. Actually, before Ionoing, I want to counter catcher the Hawlucha that they might have there. 20. So 20 is what I'm going to do at the end of turn, so that's draw 4 after Iono. I already attached for turn. An Ultra Ball that I'm not going to use. Let's runaway draw 1, 3. Guess I can Ultra Ball away Cetoddle and a Poffin for the Dunsparce. Not the Poffin, actually. Let's do the Salvatore. Feels a little bad, actually. No, let's do the Counter Catcher because I'm close anyway. Off to the Dunsparce. I have to shuffle before using this runaway draw. One, two, three. Shuffle this in. And then Poffin, whoops. Poffin back the two Dunsparces. I do be finning my deck. And then indeed impound for 20. They can't do anything. I draw. Fetch Fighting Energy. And then Judge. Let's hope that the Judge actually gives me cards. At least one the Dunsparce would be great. Whoopsie. There's technically 8 the Dunsparce here. Because I can Ultra Ball for 1. So much shuffling, man. Let's runaway draw for 1, 2, 3. Let's Artazon for Dunsparce. My deck is very thin, so it's really hard to shuffle this. Impound for 20. Draw for turn. Attach a Fighting Energy. This is not it anymore. Unfortunately, nothing of gas here, so impound again. I got one more turn. Yeah, this is the turn I have to do everything. That's okay, yeah, because I have Salvatore. I just have to not draw Whiscash off of this. 1, 2, 3. But that means we can do a different approach. I still have to shuffle my deck. Because there's no way they can grab 2 prizes here. Because the thing is already on board, the Alucha, so we just bench this Barboach. Use this runaway draw. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle those back, bench this Barboach. So we have 2 Barboach benched here. Fighting Energy here still. I would love to get next turn, but that's okay. I can get it next turn. Or actually, I can get it now. It's probably better to get it now. Just pop the Dunsparce, draw these 3, shuffle these 2 back, and then impound for the KO on the Alucha. Getting the fighting from prizes as well, so this was very unnecessary. They KO my Sudowoodo most likely and put like damage counters on my bench, but it doesn't matter anymore because I push CETITAN EX with all of these energies. Draw a card for turn, attach 1 more energy. Evolve to Whiscash, Scramble Switch to the Whiscash. And how much do we mill for? 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 mil. Very nice. Bolt matchup is really hard, but if you find, if they don't find switches, it's fine. I'm not sure if my biceps can handle another game of this much shuffling, if I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm just gonna shuffle up. Well, let me actually grab the cool full art CETITAN. Other one. I'm definitely gonna rework this list to include Arvens. I think Arvens are a lot better with this. I probably should make this more control-y and less Dunsparce focused. Dunsparce is a nice draw engine, but I shouldn't fully rely on it, if you know what I mean. The thing is, you have to dedicate a lot of deck space to using, including the right cards, including all this energy which you want to mill with, which is kind of annoying. But you also want to impound, of course. Or should we just be satisfied with a mill of 16? Because that also can be fine, you know? A mill of 16 is fine. Alright. I'm gonna go let this stay here for a second while I go look for someone to raid on the Twitch side. On the YouTube side, that means the stream is gonna be ending. I mean, it's going to mean the same on the Twitch end. But I just want to go look for someone to raid, so I'll still be yapping here for a little bit. But that does mean that I'm going to mute the music because I have to listen in to who I want to raid. Yeah, we can raid Row. It's been a little bit. So make sure to copy one of the raid messages if you're planning on joining the raids. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out. I am actively reminded I should probably add the emotes to YouTube as well, but that's okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.